Absolutely. And very warm welcome to 91st meeting of Rawalpindi Toastmasters. I am Ravi and I am starting at for the meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters is a place where we provide positive learning environment and here each member gets the equal chance for positive and for to develop his or her oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. I request all of you to please turn off your mobile notifications. Thank you. And I request all of you, please be mindful of all the SOPs. Keep your masks on and keep distance of 6 feet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now I request all of you to please recite the motto of classroom. And that is for better thinking.
For better thinking.
For better listening.
For better listening.
For better speaking.
For better speaking.
We learn by doing.
We learn by doing.
Now, I would like to hand over the meeting to our very own president. He is very passionate, very hardworking, and a person and a delight listener. Over to you, Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja, Madam Swami Kitam. My fellow Toastmasters, how many of you know about Ratan Tata? Okay. And how many of you know about Henry Ford? The Ford car. Okay. Well, you must know Jaguar,
Yes.
the car. So the Jaguar brand was related to Ford Company. Ford Company used to make Jaguar. It happened that Jaguar had a huge brand. So there was an Indian businessman named as Ratan Tata. Now the Tata company was famous for making steel. Now Ratan Tata thought that we should jump into the car business. So he launched a car, but that car failed badly in the market. No, the sales were dropping. Ratan Tata didn't know what to do. So the Ford company offered Ratan Tata to sell his brand of car to him. So Ratan Tata flew to him in America to Ford managers, to the Ford owner. And you know what happened there? They were in the meeting room, and the owner of Ford humiliated Ratan Tata. He said, "You don't know about marketing. What you are doing?" Ratan Tata felt embarrassed, humiliated. He cancelled the deal. He flew again to India. So Ratan Tata thought that I will do the car business, whatever the cost it will be. He started focusing on this car business. And with the passage of time, he became so successful. Then the time came, the Jaguar owner reached Ratan Tata that please buy our Jaguar brand. But Ratan Tata could have humiliated him. But what he did, he said nothing. Now, why I'm telling you this? That leadership is not about the time. It's about the size of the power. It's about the strength of your character. So my message to you is, in life, whenever you reach at the top, don't forget your humble. Always be humble. So with this, I would like to congratulate the last meeting winners, and that was for table topic. It was guest Wali. A huge round of applause for him. We have the guest table topic speaker, and that was we have the best evaluator, and that was Toastmaster Hamza. A huge round of applause for him. So we just have a guest arrived. We have two guests arrived. Sir, can you have your introduction, please?
And my name is Vasanathan. I shipped Rawalpindi from Buddha. And today I came here as a guest to watch what is going on here. And I want to join this club.
Okay, and how do you come to know about the Rawalpindi process? Sorry. How do you come to know about the Rawalpindi process?
And I want to become a motivational speaker. And I even met speaker who use Toastmasters his name. So I researched what is a Toastmaster and I wanted to start. So he invited me to join this session as well.
Okay. Very welcome. If you have another guest, can you please introduce yourself?
How much invited is Vasanathan and I'm from Dubai. I am a student of master in English. I came with my brother. Who is who wants to become a motivational speaker. Today I am here to visit the podcast as well and I will learn a lot of things within this class.
Welcome. Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Mohammed Khan. Later on, my brother, and I am a student in the
Very welcome. For this, I would like to hand over this meeting to a person who is Dr. by profession. She is the member of Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club PRT. With your huge round of applause, Toastmaster Rehana. Over to you now.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. My dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good afternoon, happy winters, and happy rainy day. I want to ask you a question. What is it that we hear about, fear about, and talk about most often these days? Any guesses? Well, it's pandemic caused by teeny tiny mysterious contagion SARS-CoV-2. What if I tell you people we are living in the era of epidemics that are growing exponentially to become pandemics? Will you people agree with me?
Yes.
Well, deep inside my heart, I know that many of you may not agree with me because all of these epidemics are lurking around us as silent killers. We cannot see them. Let me name few of these. Epidemic of high blood pressure, epidemic of high blood sugar, epidemic of high bad blood cholesterol levels, epidemic of anxiety, stress, depression, low mood, low energy, epidemic of cancers, epidemic of heart diseases, epidemic of obesity, and epidemic of physical inactivity. The researchers, doctors, scientists all around the world have found one common causative factor for all these epidemics, and that is our addiction to stay seated, our addiction, our love for sedentary lifestyle. My dear fellow Toastmasters, we human beings were not created to stay seated. Anthropologists say that our ancestors used to move far and they used to move fast. Anthropologists say that they used to cover about 12 miles of ground every day. Well, 12 miles of ground every day is a lot. That means our fancy brains developed while we were exercising and not while we were lounging. All of us are living in the knowledge age. We know that exercise is very beneficial for us. We know that we must incorporate regular physical activity into our day to day life. How many of you love to do exercise? Wow, all of you love to do exercise. My next question is, how many of you manage to do regular exercise in your day-to-day life? See, those who cannot do it regularly, do you ever sit down to think what stops you from doing exercise when you know for sure that exercise is essential for your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well being? Do you ever find time to think? Well, there must be some barriers that stop you from doing regular exercise. I will talk about them later in the meeting. Now, I will tell you that our usual Toastmaster meeting has 3 segments. The first and foremost is the fun-filled segment of table topics. Our table topic master will call you people randomly, give you a question, you will think about it and talk about it extemporaneously. The real purpose of this segment is to develop impromptu speech skills that we need so often in our day-to-day life. The second segment will be that of prepared speeches. 3 of our fellow Toastmasters will deliver speeches from their respective manuals. The third segment is that of evaluation. In this segment, an expert team of evaluators will evaluate each and every speaker in the meeting. They will highlight the strengths and also the areas that need further improvement. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot run our meetings smoothly without the help of role players. They help us in running our meetings smoothly. Now, I would like to ask the role players to briefly tell us about their roles. Our first role player is Timer. He will help us in keeping track of the time. Toastmaster Shweb, will you please tell us about your role?
Respected host and Toastmaster, good evening. For today's meeting, I'll be the timer and I'll make time of your speeches, table topic master and evaluation. And I'll just show, I'll just realize the speaker how much time that he has left by using green card, by using green, orange, and yellow card. And for the table topic master, I'll show the green card at 1 minute. I'll show the yellow card for 90 seconds. I'll show the red card for 120 seconds. For the prepared speeches, we have 2 segments. The first for the icebreaker, which the speech lasts from 4 minutes to 6 minutes, and I'll show the green card at 4 minutes. I'll show the orange. I'll show the yellow card at 5 minutes. I'll show the red card at 6 minutes. And for the prepared speeches, for the other than the icebreaker, I'll show the green card at 5 minutes. I'll show the orange card at 6 minutes, and I'll show the red card at 7 minutes.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweb. Our next role player is a counter, and this is being taken by Toastmaster Zubair. Toastmaster Zubair, will you please tell us about your role as a counter? Toastmaster Zubair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anna. Today, my role is all counter. Fellow Toastmaster and thank you, yes, I will be listening very carefully, and when I hear any say and or repetition of any other Dutch word such as I mean it is. I will ring the bell immediately to make them aware of any said it. Uh, the only time I will not ring the bell is during the previous speeches, however, and all times. I will keep the recording record of the number of times each person utters the beloved word, and I will record that at the end of the meeting. Thank you, Dr. Master Rehana.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Zubair. Our third role player is grammarian, and this is being taken by Toastmaster Hamza. Toastmaster Hamza, please
Thank you
tell
so
us
much,
about your
Toastmasters
role
evening.
as grammarian.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the grammarian for today's meeting. My job is to note down the extraordinary as well as inappropriate use of the English grammar. Another job of mine is to note down the use of the word of the week. In case you're not aware of that, the word of the week is ornery, meaning bad tempered or difficult to deal with. An example of a sentence could be, whenever our football goes into Mr. Roberts' yard, the old ordinary man never returns it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hamza. We have vote counter. Toastmaster Saral is vote counter for today. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, we will move on to our first segment of the meeting today. And our first segment, as I have already told you, is that of table topics. Our table topic master for today is very diligent and passionate Toastmaster. She is student of Chartered Accountancy and she is our club secretary as well. I hope all of you will have fun table topic segment with Toastmaster Saral. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Saral with big round of applause. Over to you, Toastmaster Saral.
Hello, distinguished guests. Good evening. I'm Toastmaster Saran, your table topic master and probably the most hated person in this room for this session. Now, as we know, the graduate section is about impromptu speaking, telling you how to come on stage and think on your feet and speak for at least a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes, after which you will be allotted a great time of 30 seconds each. If a speaker exceeds the time of 2 minutes to 30 seconds, they will be disqualified. Now, we all should this one. Each one of us ridiculous is thinking that we should not be all there. We should not be the one standing there. We should not be thinking about stuff. So why don't let's make it fun? Let our creativity flow. And today you are going to choose your own topic. Can you come to the next slide? Okay, so here we have 9 different topics. Each favorite topic here has a picture behind it. Choose one alphabet, you will be shown that picture. Now you have to either explain that picture for at least 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes, or create a story behind it, or bring a story out of it. That all depends on your creativity. So having, let's see who you can start with. Any volunteers? Okay, that was Master Joel. Okay. So he says that everything will be like it is. A. Let it be A.
First of all, thank you, Toastmaster Saran. Uh, you, you take the effort to make this amazing slide as well as amazing table topic. In this, uh, you all can mention how about this English. What is? Let me try to explain.
when you are alone on your room and when you are a child, no one is your companion and your friend. So you just imagine a game like and which you want to explain your feeling as much as you like something reading something. You are trying to explain your feelings with that person. You just imagine he is my companion, he is my friend. Here, I believe that a baby try to tell this story of want to say doll. You can say doll. You want to say the story of which is the telling the reading something, maybe reading something and explaining a role. That is all so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters, there for trying and letting all of us know how the drill goes. And indeed, you brought a very thought-provoking idea out of it. Now, let's see from the online audience. Can I have Toastmaster minute, please? Toastmaster minute?
Yes, Toastmaster Sarah.
Would you do?
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, Toastmaster Sarah, your voice was breaking up just a little bit. So if you can guide me again.
Okay, so you have to choose an alphabet from this slide, and on the choosing the alphabet, you will be given a picture, and you have to talk about that picture or create a story out of it. So can you please choose an alphabet?
Yes, I would like to choose the alphabet E, a vowel. Yes.
Okay, very good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Sarah. Stranded and alone. Isn't that sometimes how we feel? Especially, I think, in these days during the pandemic, when there's so much social distancing, and just when we thought that we had it covered, once again, a second lockdown looms on the horizon. Makes you feel a bit like this poor polar bear here, on a little piece of iceberg that has been left and just surrounded by a great moat of pollution. It's so similar to what we're going through nowadays. Isolated in our own homes, trying to cope with everyday situation by following a set routine, trying to create an exception by attending online meetings such as the Toastmasters meetings, but still we are surrounded with this danger. As the polar bear is surrounded by this danger of pollution and global warming that has threatened his habitat, we are also threatened by the COVID virus, by loneliness, by being away from our loved ones. But wherever there is, as they say, a cloud, there's always a silver lining. And the best way to overcome any adversity is through hope. Hope is that great feeling, that great quality that keeps us from drowning. Even when we can see that the ice is melting inch by inch, even when we can maybe feel that we are going to be standing on tiptoes and perhaps drowning right at the end, but hope is what is going to keep us there, waiting and hoping that maybe someone can come and drop us a line. Who knows? Miracles abound everywhere. Maybe a ship will come by, clean up the pollution, pick us up, put us in its cargo. Anything can happen. And that's what I believe that we should always aspire for, to believe in hope. Thank you so much. Sorry, I couldn't see the timer. I'm not sure if I completed the time.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehta, for bringing such thought-provoking and multiple topics. You assume that you have not seen yet.
Sorry, I still can't see the timer. I'm so sorry. It's all right though.
We have bigger problems here.
Okay.
Okay, now I would request Toastmasters to
No, I am very.
That's what I'm hoping that you can match side with the other.
A and E.
Can you choose? So A and E has been taken and now you can choose any one else. G. G.
I was just watching this today. This is basically a group of friends. And definitely in the location there will be all friends. Everyone has their own thing to do. Everyone has their own thing to say. Someone is cracking the joke. Someone is serious about the problem. Or someone is looking at someone how they're reacting. That's how usually friends are. Different people from different walks of life coming together with each other and forming a bond, creating an environment of fun and love, which is not usually made by blood or this is the bond that we choose for each other. And this place is full of color and light, and this is what friends do to life. Different colors, and they make everything bright and lovely. Thank you.
Toastmaster Vishal, I would like request all of you to give her a special round of applause for her first.
Very well spoken.
Request one of the guests to volunteer. Third person. Your name, sir? Mubashir. Okay, sir. Can you please choose the alphabet A, B, A, E, and G has been taken already. Next. Hold on.
Okay. We read a story in first year, button. I think you remember this one.
Yeah.
So I remember this woman that was a dream to improve her lifestyle, to bought an apartment, a motorbike, many things to improve the standard of her life. So I explain one minute. Sorry, this is my first time. So I think she assumed that she want this thing in her future, and she do a lot of work to fulfill her dream. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mubashir. Now, let's see, can we have Toastmaster Daniel? Toastmaster Daniel? Toastmaster Daniel.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, we can hear you. Will you do us the honor to do the alphabet? Except for A, E, F, and G.
I'm sorry, your voice is cutting.
Can you choose an alphabet except for A, E, F, and G?
Can you hear me now?
Your voice is breaking.
Okay, so we'll move on. We will move over. So with this,
Yes, the floor.
Yes. We had already thought about it.
I do.
Oh.
You see, I have a love-hate relationship with this segment of the meeting. Because when I am sitting in the audience, I have the best thoughts in my mind from everyone. And it's very difficult to say in a few words about particular topic. But anyway, I have thought to say what my heart. Well, I have spent almost 10 last years with Harry Potter because my children, while they were growing up, they were very fond of watching and reading about Harry Potter. So I have never been on this side, but my children really love him. In fact, as one of my daughters, it is because of this series that she was interested in reading, and then she became a regular reader. So for that, I'm grateful to him. And it's very popular, and the writer of this story of this series, of course, another role model for many that curator Geva, and then now she's second to none. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Okay, now can you have Toastmasters Salman?
But also it's a great speech. Okay, you're.
Okay, so sir, we are going with the option of B, C, D, and H.
H.
H it is.
Thank you very much, Constantine sir. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a picture speaks louder than words. How many of you agree with this? Okay, thank you very much. Did you know about this picture? Who did this? This picture was taken by one of our best Toastmasters, and her name is Toastmaster Sarah. And the good thing is, yesterday she has received a call from America because she is going to appear in a big exhibition, which is an international exhibition, and she has got invitation from USA, signed by ex-President Donald Trump. So give her a big round of applause because she is going to appear in that exhibition with this picture. You see how American it is at home with imaginary pictures around it. And I'm sure that she will win the award during that international exhibition. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What a unique way of explaining the topic to your interest. Okay, so next can we have Toastmaster Rabia? Okay, so we are left with B, C, and D. B, C, and D. Oh, over to you. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Can you find it? Sorry. from this picture is a man who is annoyed and having a crow and an empty bowl in another hand. I think if a person is empty pocket, he is not having anything in his pocket, he is annoyed and disturbed. And on the other hand, if he has something, always empty pocket, empty stomach, obviously, and in this situation, he must be annoyed. And yes, but that if you come see the other side, there are all pieces of greenery, beauty, besides behind, and you can always enjoy this that way. There are always two sides to coin. We can work and do something and have and make money out of it. And instead of that chirping bird, he can always see a pet or friend in him. That's all from my side. Over to you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rabia. Now we have two topics left. And I already already can we know the online button, please? Okay.
It's Kamran Khan.
So can you get some round form?
We have Humayun.
Done.
Humayun.
Toastmaster, Humayun, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
I thought you were there.
Humayun, can you hear us?
Hello. Actually, I am driving right now, so I think so. I want to be audible.
Okay. So ask Daniel or
Connection. I have better option now.
Hamza.
Toastmaster to him. So we left with option of B and D. D is.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for calling on the stage. The topic they have given to me, guy who is climbing on the mountain. So what's the thing that comes to my mind when I see the future? So, guy who is struggling for something, like you can relate it with the practical life. You want to achieve something, so you have to, when the midnight wants to get something happening. So dream comes to reality with goals and with dedication. And in this picture, he's hiking, but if you look at his face, then he's very dedicated and passionate. And he is like, it seems like he's trying, he has been trying for a long time, and now he's very close to his dream. And if you look at the picture, then just on the lighter side, it seems like that it's about the sun is about to set, and the time that he has left now, he will work more hard to achieve his goal in a short time. Thank you, dear sir.
Thank you so much, much, Toastmasters. Now to wrap up the session, I have a very amazing Toastmaster, none other than our president Toastmaster. And now since there's only one topic is left, I will just close it for you.
My fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, Assalamu alaikum. Now, you can see the picture. A man is going with his family, with his two kids and a wife. Now, how many of you are married? And how many of you are unmarried? Lucky you are. Me too. Okay. So, I want to expose it to you. I'm unmarried, and just today, there is a family arriving from Karachi, Pakistan. Now, I'm going to talk about the family. But we cannot survive without family. Because whatever you are, it's because of your family. If you don't have any family, imagine your life without your parents, without your siblings. How your life is going to be. So I am blessed that I have a very good family, who is always in a bad time with me, who is always in a good time. So I say to you that always cherish your family. Cherish it. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akash. Now, huge round of applause for all the speakers who came here and gave amazing speeches. Have all the speakers qualified?
All the speakers have qualified except TM Michelle and the guest Mubashir. And which I think that they came first time on the stage. So just give a big round of applause for both of them.
So now each of you have been given a ballot, and in the last of the ballot it says best table topic. So you can write the name for the best table topic and the second most amazing table topic that you like, and I will be coming and selecting the ballots from you. You have to clear it off. And with this we will have a refreshment break of 10 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, the virtual audience can vote in the chat box.
Okay, so the speakers that you can vote for is Toastmaster Zubair, Toastmaster Mehmet, yes, Abdulaziz, Toastmaster Salman, Toastmaster Rabia, Toastmaster Sudev, and Toastmaster Akash. I think
to question more? Yeah.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, ये मीटिंग स्टार्ट होनी है कि हमने
So meeting is started from 4:20 p.m. It's refreshment break. We will resume after few minutes.
हमें अभी बताया गया था सर कोई
Shall we begin, Toastmaster Akash? Shall we begin, Toastmaster Akash?
So, teacher, I will resume in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Everyone, let it out. Toastmaster Hannah, you can start. Toastmaster Hannah, you are muted.
Am I audible now?
Yes, loud and clear.
My dear fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, I hope all of you enjoyed an ebullient and exciting table topic segment with Toastmasters Saral. The table topic segment will be evaluated by a wonderful and passionate Toastmaster Anas. We were talking about making time for exercise. All of us love to do exercise, but we cannot incorporate regular physical activity in our day-to-day life. Can you tell me what are the barriers, roadblocks, boulders that you think come in your way when you think of doing exercise? Anyone?
Toastmaster Hannah?
Yes, please.
Yes, my biggest roadblock is my routine, my job. I just don't seem to find the time. And when I find the time, I'm just so tired. I don't want to tire myself anymore.
Well, Toastmaster Meher, you are very right. The biggest barrier, the roadblock that immediately comes in our way whenever we think of doing physical activity, movement, or exercise is lack of time. We always feel that we are so overwhelmed, so occupied with our family, work, obligations that we just cannot spare some time for regular physical activity. We are busy, but we have 1,440 minutes every day. And American Heart Association recommends that each healthy adult should dedicate only 20 minutes every day for physical activity. I would like all of you to sit down and think for a while. If you cannot give 20 minutes at a stretch, you can divide this into teeny tiny exercise snacks and enjoy them time and again during the day. The second barrier that comes in our way is lack of motivation and energy. What you have to do is you have to determine the time of the day when you are most energetic, and you must fit activity into that time frame. Another thing that you have to do is do not think of exercise as a daunting, boring, haunting, hectic task. Think of it as a delicious snack. Think of it as fun activity. Think of it that it is of vital importance, just like oxygen, food, and water. Barrier number 3, lack of resources, equipment. This is an excuse that we make. We cannot go to gym because we don't have enough resources. My dear fellow Toastmasters, the solution to this problem is very easy. Look around. You have a lawn. You can go and walk in your lawn. There may be a park nearby. You can go into the park, do walking, jogging, jumping there. Just take out time for physical activity. I will come back to theme of the meeting later. Now it's time for second segment of our meeting. This is prepared speech session. Our first prepared speaker for today is a wonderful Toastmaster. He will be delivering his Project 1, Level 1 of Dynamic Leadership Pathway. He is Toastmaster Rashid. He is a Deputy Controller, International Mail Office, and the title of his speech is very interesting, and I cannot wait to hear to him. The Memories of a Wanderer. The Memories of a Wanderer. Toastmaster Rashid, Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Assalamu alaikum. The title of my icebreaker is The Memories of a Wonder. Fellow Toastmasters and respected guests, who is the biggest student you have ever met? Student, T-R-U-A-N-T, student. Who is the biggest student you have ever met? Well, student is a student who leaves home for school or college daily but doesn't eat there. One doesn't around. So my earliest memories are that instead of attending my school, I roamed about aimlessly most of the time. Then my father got me admitted by SSC at Government College, Gujaratwala. And I attended only one period during 2 years. Being a unionist, I kept an unlicensed system with myself home. Later, I think I should take off my opinion. If they are not mixed up. Okay, well, yeah. What there is no wrong with you? Okay. Use of unfair means case was also registered against. UMC that is called. Use of unfair means case was also registered against me. Anyhow, I have to send you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The turning point came in my life when I shifted to law. Since I had got rid of my work culture, I decided to study seriously and do some business at the same time. Okay, I think I should try to remember. Yeah, I did my master's from the Punjab University, and I started my e-commerce business in 2008. Through a competitive exam, I got a job in Rawalpindi and shifted here. Since I was dissatisfied with my life, I decided to find out the purpose of my life. Hence, I gave up on my business last year, and God showed me my vision. And my vision is to transform followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. As I had no experience in public speaking, I sought some help on the internet. There I came to know about Rawalpindi Toastmasters. And later on, I think I should conduct myself. Okay. Then what was it? Okay. In essence, from starting my life as a truant and a wanderer, I became a hardworking student and a successful small-scale businessman. And then I envisioned the purpose of my life, and now I am a proud member of the RTC family. Fellow Toastmasters, rest assured that I am going to become a world-class motivational speaker within a decade, inshallah. Say inshallah. In addition to becoming a world-class motivational speaker and accomplishment of my mission, I will bring name and fame to Rawalpindi Toastmasters. Thank you very much. Indeed.
We have a tradition, if someone is getting his first speech, we stand up to encourage.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rashid, for delivering your icebreaker. Your speech will be evaluated by a wonderful Toastmaster Rabia. I forgot to tell it before. My dear fellow Toastmasters, do you want to boost your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual strength? Do you?
Yes, definitely.
Do you want to add years to your life?
Yes.
Shall I tell you the secret?
Please do.
Oh, okay. The secret is conquer the roadblocks, the barriers, the boulders that come in your way whenever you think of doing exercise, movement, physical activity. This will add strength to your, this will add years to your life. You have to conquer them. This is a challenge for all of you. You can take 20 minutes out of 1,440 minutes. You have to do it for yourself. Our second prepared speaker for today is Toastmaster Salman. Our second prepared speaker for today is a wonderful Toastmaster. He is Toastmaster Salman. He will be delivering his project 1, level 4 of visionary communication. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Humayun. The title of his speech is Embrace the Change. Embrace the Change, Toastmaster Salman. Over to you. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Thank you very much for participating. This place, so characters, no, the other place. Moving from one place to the other place is one of the difficult tasks in our lives, because I believe that moving from one place to another place is just because you want to change your goals. You want to embrace the change. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, change is inevitable, and change is uncomfortable. And sometimes change is necessary for our lives. Don't you think moving from one place to the other place and embracing a lot of changes in your lives means a lot? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. How many of you think that change is comfortable and why? Raise your hand. Why?
Because even mind thoughts are finished just like that.
Okay.
You don't want to get out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, that's right.
You're used to a certain thing, certain level.
Okay. Thank you. And how many of you agree that change is comfortable?
I think change just brings comfortable, change is not comfortable, change will bring comfortable.
You are in Toastmasters club. Is it a change or
It's a change.
is it comfortable or uncomfortable?
And the start with that and the semester time, it becomes that.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your responses from both sides. It is true. Certain studies have shown that change is most of the time uncomfortable, but sometimes it is comfortable because we have to jump into the uncomfortable environment because we want to excel, we want to chase our goals, we want to move towards achieving our goals through constant change. Let me take you back from the moment when you got up. What happened in the morning? You don't want to leave your blanket. It is chill outside. It is cold day outside. And once you realize the why of it, and once you realize the purpose of it, you will jump out of your bed. You will leave your blanket because you know the purpose of your change and you know why of it. Is it true? Yes. Okay. It was probably mid of 2019 when I was assessing my the quality of my life, like where I'm standing at that moment and what I want to do in my life. Should I embrace changes? Was I going to my life? Or should I stay back and get water? Then I realized that no, I have to embrace changes. Eventually, what happened? I decided to join Toastmasters Club. Believe me, it was very hard for me to join the Toastmasters Club. There were certain reasons. I didn't want to come out of my comfort zone because I was happy there. But after exploring the why of it, why should I join the Toastmasters Club? Then I realized, yes, this is the moment. So I'll go ahead and join the Toastmasters Club. Then I started my journey with Toastmasters Club as a Toastmaster. I'm here as a Toastmaster because I embrace my change. Though I embrace my change, and I'm a Toastmaster right now, but I'm going through a transition period in and again. Transition to understand myself. A transition to explore my inner potential, being a Toastmaster in front of you. And I'm still going through a transition period. I'm sure every one of us being humans going through certain transition period, change our goal, getting what we want in our life, through embracing changes again and again. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, sometimes it is foggy day, and sometimes it is sunshine outside your comfort zone. Believe me, life starts out of your comfort zone. If you be able to break your comfort zone, you can do anything. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, there are two options in our lives. The first one is whether you stay back wherever you are and get water, or move forward, embrace your champions, and move ahead with your goals and ambitions of your life. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, remember, don't be afraid of your changes. If you think you are happy and secure in the forms that you are in right now, today, And if you don't venture, what happens? You leave your life in that form, and you cannot do, or you will not contribute to the ocean outside your comfort zone, outside your lives. Embrace the change and change your life. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Salman. As Toastmaster Salman has urged all of us to get out of our comfort zones, embrace the change, I want all of you to get out of your comfort zones, conquer the roadblocks in the way of exercise, and break down all the barriers and develop, create the culture of moving around for yourself, for your coming generations. Fellow Toastmasters, our third prepared speaker for today is a wonderful Toastmaster. He is our presiding officer, and his speech will be evaluated by an eloquent and wonderful Toastmaster, Toastmaster Meher. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Akash Kumar. Over to you, Toastmaster Akash.
But one day it happened. The ship started malfunctioning. He was very worried. He don't know what to do. He fired his mechanic and he hired a new mechanic. So that mechanic arrived at the ship and he said, I will charge $20 million to repair your ship. No, Captain said, what was the point? $20 million for repairing a ship? He said, okay. Okay. My ship is more important than my money. I love my ship. Please repair the ship. When he went there, he just tightened the screw and the ship started. He said, $20 million for just tightening the screw? Are you mad? He said that 20 million is for that knowledge that I knew that this screw will start my ship. So a few months ago, the growth of this craft is not in a stable condition. So the captain of this Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club, that is of course me, hired a mechanic, and the name of that mechanic is Toastmaster Hussain. That person knew exactly where the problem was, and he is mashallah, doing very good. So my brother Toastmasters, I'm distinguished guest. Today, I'm delivering the speech on my HPL project. That is high performance leadership. So what do you think? In your opinion, Toastmaster Tanya, what's leadership? Yes, you can tell what's leadership. Leadership is professional. Okay. So Toastmaster Vishal, what's leadership in your point of view?
Is the individual idea of the person of how to excel the most extraordinary.
Okay, great. Leadership in your point of view.
Okay. So can I take 5 minutes
this is a speech, or you have only 20 minutes. Okay.
Leadership is a person who know who can take better decision for others. He leads others. Okay.
Obviously, a leader is a person who seeks to strengthen the individual and bottom up to perform. So leader is someone who seeks to strengthen the individual and relate them for
Leadership is a potential of influencing other than.
Okay. Very small for the audience. Well, have you ever heard about the military manager, the political manager? No. The answer is no. The people are always looking for a leader, the person who can lead. Now, who is a leader? He captures your imagination. He captures your imagination. He turns on your ideas. And he recruits your energies to turn a dream into a reality. To contribute for a noble cause. So that's what leader is, what leader is. So my guidance committee was Toastmaster Anas and Toastmaster Umair Malik. So Toastmaster Toastmaster sir, can you please present the plan, the open house plan? So we conducted an open house plan. The things don't happen in the air. So we started with the event planning, and then the task was delegated to Toastmaster Akash. I conducted a question and answer session with TTM Malik, and we have to select a speaker or a guest. We selected DTM Maureen Zafala, that was a former last engineer. Then we had to plan. And my team included Toastmaster Sir. Why Toastmaster Sir? No, Jack Ma once said, the leader is not the person. He does not just hire a qualified person. He hires a person with passion. So what Toastmaster Sir is a chartered accountant student. She knows how to do accountancy. I made her the logistic manager. I hired Toastmaster Rabia as a food manager. No one food manager. She is an entrepreneur and she has her own startup of Khana. So that was the best person. I hired Toastmaster Hassan, who is a customer service executive. I hired Toastmaster Hamza and Toastmaster Adil, who are graphic designers. So we pursued with the plan. So that's the plan. So we delegated tasks and we choose the meeting site and we hold the open house chairperson at the meeting leading to open house. And then we appointed some readers. And then please go down. Okay. And then we have some more actors. And then we have some people to set up the rules. So that was the plan. So we made a budget approval from District 150. So that was the contribution. So I say to you that leader is not a person who just gets things done. He has a huge heart and a strength of a collective. So be a leader. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Captain of the ship, Toastmaster Akash, for such a wonderful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, now I will conclude the theme of today's meeting, make time for exercise. I will conclude with a quote by world heavyweight boxing champion, who is called the Fighting Marine. He said, exercise should be regarded as a tribute to the heart. I hope all of you will give tribute to your heart. Now we are moving to third segment of our meeting. This is the heart of Toastmasters meeting. It is evaluation segment. Our general evaluator for today is a wonderful Toastmaster. He is very passionate and diligent Toastmaster, and presently he is serving as Vice President Membership. I would like all of you to welcome Toastmaster Hassan Akram with a big round of applause. Over to you, Toastmaster Hassan.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Rihanna. I have a question for all of you. Can anyone tell me which is the biggest room in the world? Anyone?
Improvement.
Which is the biggest room in the world other than the reference? I want the answer from the guest. Which is the biggest room in the world? Which is the biggest room in the world? Well, the answer is the biggest room in the world is the room of improvement. So, as a general evaluator, I will evaluate the overall meeting and I will tell you the points which we can improve and the good points which we have done in the meeting so far. So, the beauty of the Toastmaster Club is that we learn from each other's experiences and we observe people, note down their bad points and the good points, and evaluate them in a way that they can improve their public speaking skills. Toastmaster Club without organization is like a body without a soul. So that it's that important that we need to evaluate each other and contact each other. So before my evaluation for the overall meeting, I would like to call the tag teams to share their reports, and then at the end of the meeting, I'll evaluate the overall meeting in general. So first of all, I would like to call the server topic evaluator. So I would like to call those masters to come on the stage and evaluate those masters table topics in the
The thing is that in fellow masters, today's table topics master took a very different approach of plotting topics. And today, you guys selected your own topic. So it was a bit tricky, but your overall performance was exemplary. First of all, it was Toastmasters where they on the stage. He tried to speak on the topic because, but for the new Toastmasters, and it was a new approach, so it was a bit tough for him to explain the topic. And in the middle of the speech, he stopped. But that's fine, because being a Toastmaster, you're not expecting you to excel in your first speeches, because that's what we are here for improvement. Only thing that he should have done, he could have stayed here. And that's exactly what he did. He stayed here until the green light was shown to him when he qualified. So that is the best thing. No matter what you speak, keep occupying the stage. This will make you more confident speaker. Second, we had Toastmaster Meher. He is a fabulous speaker. He was very, very confident at the very start. And the beer and the eyes, he connected the story very well. And on the top of it, she concluded her speech with a powerful message that hope for the best. Always have hope no matter what the situation is. Always have hope on your mind. So it was very difficult. Next, it was our new Toastmaster Michal. It was her first performance coming on the stage and performing on such a topic. That was regarding the feeling from friends. She explained the topic and she narrated everyone's feeling by looking at the picture. What was very well done. Only area of improvement is try to reduce your words spoken per minute. Now when we are using Toastmasters, we are using speech very fast. The words per minute are very fast. That's why we cannot qualify
And before the green light is shown to us, to reduce the work per minute, it will help you qualify on the. Now, next one we had to get mobility. Now he has a big heart for because he volunteered to come on the stage. Major quality, that's also easy. And he kept on speaking. So another good quality is if you want to improve, just come on participating, keep coming to RTC and you will improve. I won't have any more lesson from you because you will learn in your Toastmasters journey. Next one we have Toastmasters Abdul Aziz. One of the best things that we can do in any sort of thing is begin with a story. And he's narrated his own story where his children are addicted to Harry Potter so very well. We all thought that, okay, when we started watching Harry Potter, so immediately you have a connection. Only area of improvement is looking at the audience and both sides of it. On the right, on the left, and on the back. If eye contact change. Next on we had Toastmaster Salman. Wow, what an amazing sound. He started with pictures speak louder than words. And by start opening, you grab the attention of audience. And he twisted that topic and gave it a humorous. This is also quality. Everyone likes humor. Everyone wants to engage in humor, so he did an excellent. So Master Rabia also she was preparing refreshments, but when she was called on stage, she tried her level best to speak on the topic. And frankly, I was confused on what to speak on the topic where there was a beggar and how to start. But she started her speech and explained a bit about the beggar. Then she talked about the beggar. So it's about perspective, but to talk to people, there's always an area where you can speak. Toastmaster Trade was the next Toastmaster. His usage of stage was good. And you also use your hand gestures. But your eye contact is the area that you can work on. Toastmaster Akash, his knowledge audience, which is a key attribute of Toastmasters, it gives you precious time to plan and speak appropriately. And second, he asked a question, how many of you are married? So very good example of giving spontaneous action over to you. Thank you, Toastmaster Jonathan, for the very study on the favorite topic. Now, next up, we have Valerie.
Toastmaster Hamza.
Yeah.
Yes, you can answer.
Teacher.
So for next, I would like to call Toastmaster Mia, who is going to deliver the speech for the first.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan. Wow, what a wonderful icebreaker. You made us welcome in your life. It was wonderful to know you, sir. You told us about your life and made us feel warm and welcome in your life. You started with a question that was very captivating. You involved all of us. It was, we all know that we have a turning point in life. When we are young, we all are casual and clumsy, and when we grow, we there is that turning point in our life. You made a wonderful choice. Okay. So first, positive thing what I first thing that was that you started with the question and you involved us. Your speech was well structured. You started with your speech has a start, and then you had a body, and then you had a strong ending, and that was very great. As Toastmaster Hassan told us that the biggest room in the world is the room of improvement, as we all are here in Toastmasters class. So what I felt in your speech that if you were the speech was you were getting your speech. What when I joined in a Toastmasters club, what my mentor Toastmaster Akash told me that always make mind map of it. Mind map. It's a technique that you your speech. Yeah, you can Google it. It's just a technique that you can learn different things. So you keep your things in your mind. If you make a mind map of it, you'll see, you'll remember that, okay, you see, you can say this thing, then this thing, then this thing. So it's a better way of doing it than a lot of practice out there. But overall, Master Rajan, you ended with a positive message. And obviously, I appreciate your speech, and I'm really looking forward to your speech in the future. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Georgia, for letting the speak of Toastmasters. Now, for the next speaker, who was Salman, I would like to call Mani on the stage to give the relation. And meanwhile, you guys can vote for the best speaker. Before that, can you tell us if all of our speakers qualified?
Yeah, all the speakers have qualified. Do I need to get feedback on the previous speeches? Okay, previous speeches section, TM card disqualified. He just spent 16 seconds above his time.
Thank you.
Salman is names on the right.
Thank you, General Director. Hello, Masters and distinguished guests. I am here to evaluate the wonderful speech delivered by Toastmaster Salman. So here, first of all, I would like all of you to give a big hand for him for delivering his wonderful speech. The most exciting element of the speech is always the start, where you get the attention of the audience. And I am happy to announce that he did it marvelously. He started delivering his message not only by conveying through the words, through verbal expression, rather, he pointed out his finger, this place, that place, and that place. It was the wonderful start, and it hooked the attention of the audience at the very first moment. The next wonderful thing which he applied in his speech is his question. He posed the question to the audience in order to engage it. So he wonderfully engaged the audience in order to communicate his wonderful message. And his topic was marvelous because it took the attention of the people, and everyone wants to improve. Everyone wants to get to the next higher level. So he made a great use of his hand gestures, his facial expressions, and his eye contact, and wonderful use of the stage. He did not stuck at a place, rather he moved from one place of the stage to the other place in order to well convey his message. There were so many things which he improved. When he was talking about the backward, he went back. And when he was talking about moving forward, he moved forward. And he engaged the audience. So his eye contact was marvelous. His speech was well structured and well prepared. So we can say that this is the best speech which he has just delivered. And at the end, he concluded with the quotation embrace the change so that everyone would accept the change. There are only two improvements. He used certain study. He should have set the proper reference. He should have given the proper reference. And the second, voice modulation, in order to avoid monotonous as well as to add motivation, because his topic was demanding. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Professor Mayur, for a great evaluation. For the evaluation of speech of Toastmaster Akash, I would like to call Toastmaster Maher to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Akash. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I hope I am visible and audible. I am visible, but am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, am I audible? All right, all right. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I would like to applaud Toastmaster Akash for filling in for Toastmaster Hamza's role at such short notice. And I was a bit worried at whether he would be able to come up with the appropriate topic, because his speech was based on excelling at leadership, and he had to present a plan, which involves a lot of time actually for research and preparation. But kudos to you that you came up with your plan. I could see that the work had been done. First of all, your introduction, it really captured and engaged the audience's attention. I loved your style of presentation. It was a participatory style. The audience was fully involved. And you started with a remarkable story where you gave a brilliant analogy of a sinking ship and compared it to the Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club. Well done. Not only are you becoming the master of improv at coming up with improv topics, but also you're becoming a master at storytelling, mashallah. Moving on, your clarity level was wonderful. We could understand you very well. Your comfort level with the audience was absolutely spot on. Your vocal variety in the beginning was your tone and your speed and your volume. It really brought us all into your story, into your the image that you had in your mind. Your eye contact was impressive, and you imbibe that interest in the audience that I was actually worried about, that it could have become a dry topic. Now, moving on, how we could have made this speech more effective. What I was looking for as your evaluator for this particular speech was the vision that you had and the goals that you had for your plan. Now, this plan was a plan that was already implemented, although in speech one, we are supposed to present a plan that has not yet been implemented, and the focus is on delivering the vision or delivering the goals. So that was one part where I feel that you could work on that and define your vision. I know that being a member of RTC, our vision for the open house was to declare RTC to the world and show everyone what a wonderful platform it is, what a comfortable environment, a safe environment, and also the family atmosphere that we have. And I feel that seeing the wonderful new members that are seated here, it was a great success, and we all enjoyed it thoroughly. So if you could have referred to that vision, that was the main crux of your speech that should have been there. The goals should have been there. Next, you used visual aids, and it was very impressive as you ran through the Excel sheet that you had made. You could see all the hard work that had gone through it. You introduced your guidance committee, and that was a good beginning. But then the plan itself was not introduced. It was not explained to the audience, whereas you could have mentioned the titles. So don't get distracted by the visual aids, rather use them to convey you have to use them to convey your thought process. Don't let it go. At the end, the hard work was there, but you have to convey that to the audience by actually elaborating on the plan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Maya, for the evaluation. Chamber and all all the 11 has qualified.
Can you name them all for us?
The first TM Rabia, who was evaluating TM Rashid, the second TM Humayun, who was evaluating TM Salman, and third TM Mahel, and she was evaluating TM Akash.
Favorite topic very Toastmaster.
Yeah, and TM Anas was evaluating table topic master. He is also qualified.
Please vote for the best evaluator. So meanwhile, you guys are voting. I would like to call on the CAP team for the reports. So I would like to call Uber as our founder to come to the stage and give the reports.
Thank you for Master. Today I am going to today I am evaluating the our counter. First Mahal, she has no counter, no Vishal, no. Just we have three members who have R and transfer. First is Mubashir. Yes, he has three R counter. R. Abdul Aziz, he has 8 R, and Rabia, she has 6 R and one transfer and Shail has 3 R and one transfer and next one is practice. He don't have any R, but he has one class 5. And other one is purchase. That's all.
Thank you so much, Mubara, for your very exciting attempt. For the role of the grammarian, I would like to call Hamza to make the report, please. For the timer, I would like to call to create conversation and the report.
For the table topic master, all the speakers have qualified except guest Mubashir and TM Vishal. And in the prepared speaker session, all the two speakers qualified except TM Akar. And for the evaluation, all the evaluators have qualified.
Now, I would spread the overall meeting as general. So, in life, when we were a small child to grown up, everyone is judging us. Everyone is evaluating us. The good we do, the bad we do in the life. Everyone is there to judge us. And of course, positive and like a certain judgment is always good. You should always encourage other people not to point out things. So, all the meeting, I would like to local meeting here. So first, I would like to highlight the points, the positive points, which are good. So the first thing I noticed is everybody followed the SOPs. Everybody did the mask and the distance of 6 inch or meter for it. And then the guest production was good. Akash engaged the guests and amazing guests we have today. All are very energetic and confident. And the team was really great. It was close to my heart because I myself do workout, so great team, amazing. And kudos to Sarah for coming up with such a great, innovative way of presenting table topics to the audience. I see a great improvement in our team member Zubair. The way he came on the stage and delivered his first piece of demo topic, amazing. And the good part, which I observed in the meeting as well, was the standing ovation for the icebreaker. That was new to me and that was really encouraging. So, of course, this is something which is really a good addition to the oral meeting. So, there are few things which we can improve as we are here to learn, we are here to improve, we are here to learn from each other. So, the first thing I noticed when Rabia as a opened the meeting. So, when she started, that we learned by doing it. She could have used the gestures. She was just standing and waiting that
script, or she was, so she could have used for better listening, or for, she could have used hand gestures that would add more value to the meeting. And Shoaib, while explaining his role, so he could have come to the stage first thing and showed the card red, green, and yellow. You only showed the green part and didn't show the other card. It's something which you can add with the, and that could be learned by another class. And so where when you mentioned your role, you spent your role could have come here because when you hear when you're standing there, of course is different. So here you have to tell the audience, look into their eyes, and remember what we have. So you should come here on the stage and remember what we have. And word from this word was not, word of the was not clear to a lot of people, in fact, and I didn't remember that I explained that pretty well. And one thing I observed when Rashid was giving a speech here, he was not familiar, or he was not aware he's not visible on the camera. So for the next time, we can have a boundary here, and we can tell the, we can guide the speaker to move in that spot that he is always visible on the camera, because we have to, get a exactly. So that is something which we can remove or avoid. So we can have a boundary here and overall, it was a great session, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the good part today is I am a round of applause for all the guests, because they really so that's. I would like to get into the
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. So I request you all to vote for the big three, and the big three were Toastmaster Rehana, Toastmaster Sir, and Toastmaster Hassan. Please vote for the big three. And the online audience can vote through chat box. So you have 30 seconds left for the voting. In the meanwhile, I request once again Toastmaster Hassan Akram for the induction ceremony of our three new members. That were Toastmaster Vishal, Toastmaster Zubair, and Toastmaster Shuhei. Over to you, the membership.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akash. Then the purpose of induction ceremony is to take off from new members and to give them the impression that we are here to help them out. So I would like to call one of the new members here, one by one. You can call all if the all guys can come here, you can take a look. I'm going to read from the script, and then we have to say yes. So you just have to say yes. So I, as a member of Toastmasters International, and my club promise to attend meetings regularly.
Yes.
Say loud. Prepare all of my speeches and leadership assignments to the best of my ability, pacing them or projects in the Toastmasters pathway.
Yes.
Prepare and fulfill mailing assignments.
Yes.
Provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluation.
Yes.
Help the club maintain positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow.
Yes.
Serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so. Okay, now.
Maybe.
Treat my fellow members, you guys can do like that. Can do like that. Serve my club as an officer. Treat my club, the fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy.
Yes.
Bring guests to club meetings so that they can see the benefit Toastmasters membership offers. Adhere to the guidance and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs. maintain honest and highly ethical standards during the conduct of to all Toastmasters activities.
Yes.
Now I would like to I would like to take help from all the members, the existing members, be the members of the Toastmasters Club, promise to support you guys in your quest for self-development.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Support you in your quest for self-development.
Yes.
Provide them with positive, helpful evaluation.
Yes.
Yes.
Maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere.
Yes.
Yes.
Give them opportunities to help others and yes.
Yes.
Make your Toastmasters, make their Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, my fellow Toastmasters and guests, it's the time for awards. But before we award for the big three or for the best table topic speaker, today we are going to present the gamification award. So, Toastmasters, can you please proceed for the next slide? Okay. So, do you know what's the gamification? Okay. So we built some system and just without rewarding those awards, the usual award, we also made a system of recognition for people who are attending meetings regularly or who are delivering speeches, two speeches, or who are performing different roles. So the first award is it's the IML. Now, this award are for the person who attends Toastmasters meeting regularly, all 4 meetings regularly. So these awards are for September and October, and the award goes to Toastmasters around of applause for us. I think the Toastmaster Daniel, who was very punctual, around of applause. I also know Toastmaster Rahima and our UP membership Toastmaster Hassan. Toastmaster Rahana. And of course, Mr. President, you have to be there and everything in Toastmaster class. Okay, so the next gamification award is the standard bearer. And the award is for Toastmaster Rakesh, Toastmaster Daniel, Toastmaster Hannah, and Toastmaster Hassan.
The title of the word is for taking up a role in every meeting.
Okay, so these guys are taking the role in every meeting. Okay, so the next award is halfway there. So we have a few point system for certain roles, and this award is for the members who cross 50 points. And the award goes to Toastmaster Robert, Toastmaster Banya, Toastmaster Seth, Toastmaster Hanta, Toastmaster Ernest, and Toastmaster Khan. So this, we also, Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club also appreciate that if you take up role in any other club. So the title of this award is Ambassador because you are the ambassador of Rawalpindi Toastmasters. So the award is for Toastmaster Humayun, a round of applause. Toastmaster Regina, Toastmaster Sarif, Toastmaster Rabia, Toastmaster Jaya, Toastmaster Rahana, and Toastmaster Akam. So the club star. Can you please play?
This is for taking one fee, one evaluation, one big fee, perfect attendance, and a TED tab in 1 month.
So who wants to be the club star? So who wants to be the next club star? Okay, okay. So the next award, please. Okay, Master of the Mentor. Can you please tell the description?
2 speeches and a timer's role in a month.
Okay. The person who will deliver 2 speeches and a time role. So the award is for Toastmaster, several Toastmaster, Anas and Toastmaster. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay. Okay, so this award is for the person who brings guests into Rawalpindi Toastmasters Club. So we do recognize your effort for bringing guests, and I request you all to do bring guests in RTC. So this is how you are contributing to your existence, to develop your friends and your family towards public speaking. So the award is for Toastmaster Hassan and Toastmaster. So this is the end of gamification ceremony. And with this, I request Toastmaster Sarel to please present the award. Okay, so the awards are here. Okay, so the best ever topic speaker award goes to, no guess, any guesses? Thank you for telling me you are not getting any chocolate. Okay. So the best ever topic award goes to Toastmaster Mehta. Okay. So the best prepared speaker award goes to Toastmaster Salman. Excellent. So the best evaluator award goes to, there are 4 evaluators, and okay, so the best evaluator award goes to Toastmaster Anas. Congratulations, Toastmaster. Okay, now it's the time for victory. And who are the victory? I'm noticing that the meetings are getting very humorous nowadays.
Yeah.
We are inside. Okay, so the victory award goes to Toastmaster. So we can have comments from guests. So can you please share your point of view on today's round video?
My expectation is fulfilled here, and I about here. What is the no, no problem. So, Inshallah, I will become a regular member of your club, and Inshallah, you will find that I improve myself, both as I get confidence that how to speak in front of so many people, and it's my aim to speak in front of the public. Not I am suffering from approximate 20 I speak per month.
Imagine that I speak in front of 10,000 people and I want to suffer 20,000 eyes in front of me. And please say inshallah. Thank you. So can we have your contribution to today's meeting?
I think this is a platform where we can learn a lot of things, how to build a confidence, how to improve our personality, knowing whether I think a person who wants to be a motivational speaker like my brother should join this club. It has a large, you can say a scope or a million of eyes look for a leader. So we are from here we can learn a lot of things. We can improve our leadership qualities by joining these classes. Here we can not only make friends but know about different cultures, different type of realistic things present in our society. I think it's a great meeting and God bless all of you.
So with this, I adjourn this meeting and we will meet inshallah on next Saturday from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay, please come out of here. I will picture of you. One picture with mask, one picture without mask. So this picture is without mask or with mask? I guess with mask.
We get two pictures.
So you lagi हुए था
Everyone mask on. This is for the other groups.
table officer some the table officer
ठीक है बाबू से ठीक है
अब माफ आगे बने से अब मशीन
Let's say